Alright, so right now I've only got 3 more push mowers left to work on under the house. Everything else I've gotten fixed or have trashed or recycled, which was very few of them. So in other words, I've gotten a lot of stuff fixed. A lot of stuff sold also, but this one I got along with a green Power Pro mower that I didn't do a video on just because all I did was take about a half a quart of oil out of it and it ran great. And I had to put an air filter cover on it. It was a Briggs & Stratton, like a 5.5 or a 5 horsepower, something like that. Quantum type engine, sold the next day for $60. This was the second one in the government auction lot that I got. I just pretty much bid what the opening bid was and got the lot, so did pretty well on it. Already made my money back, and obviously I bought it from a police department because I've got crime tape on it, and all that good stuff. So I drove about an hour and 20 minutes to get them. Wouldn't have been worth it to go any further. But apart from the side story, this one right here, it's got fuel and it's got fire. I've checked to spray carb cleaner in it, see if I could get it to fire, and I can't get it to fire up. It won't fire up a lick. So what I'm going to do, and as y'all can see, this is a Kohler engine. And I know one thing about Kohler engines, especially on riding mowers, because I've had 2 of them that I've seen do it just out of the blue by shutting them down. Shear the flywheel key. So I'm curious to see if the flywheel key is sheared on this mower also. Like I said, those are riding mowers that I worked on when I worked on riding mowers a while back. The blade looks to be okay. It is a recycler blade, as you can see. And also, as you can see, this mower's been pretty beat up. I don't even know if the self-propel still works on it. But the deck is still in okay shape. The safety cables work. And the motor's got compression. So I am wondering if the flywheel key is sheared. So haven't taken off a Kohler motor or a Kohler engine before, but from what I've seen, these 3 bolts right here, which are probably either 10mm or 3/8, take those 3 bolts off, the cover comes off, and then we will, get inside the motor, and I'll show you all that. So, taking these 3 bolts off. So here we go. Okay, so I did as described. Took those 3 bolts off, took this off, and this just slides right on out. So it just slides right on out. Take that off, looks like this, take it out. So I can't be reading this right. Let's see. Looks like it's made in China. Looks like XT 6.75 right there on the edge. Right there, about midway between Kohler and that other text. So 6.75 horsepower. I've got a year there, 2004. So it's probably about the year of this mower, would be my guess. And there's also a 2013. There's no way that this mower is only 4 years old. So that's beside the point. What I do with these flywheel nuts is I put this blade stop tool on the blade, which usually works, and then this one's a 3/4. Most of your Briggs stuff is 15/16. But I just take a little bit of force, and it breaks loose just like that. I'll stick with it here. Just take the nut off as so. Alright, and now we're going to take this off. That wasn't the most glorious, but now we've got this little plastic piece that comes right off as well. So, looking down here, I'm trying to, and it looks like that has something that fits. Well, that's actually the bolt or the mounting points for the engine cover. Alright, so I have never done a Kohler before, but I need to look at this a little bit better here. That flywheel key looks like it's not all there, so it kind of makes me wonder. I'm going to take it off anyways. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to see if this thing's sheared or not. So let me find something to pull this flywheel up. I'm going to take some lube, and I might actually take some jaw pullers here, see if I can get it. Never done a Kohler flywheel before, so I might do that. Take some lube around here, take some jaw pullers, and see if I can get this thing off. Okay, so I used jaw pullers, lubricant, put this nut on so that it would not go anywhere, or so that the flywheel would not pop 10 feet in the air. Not quite 10 feet, but I've had it pop a good 3 or 4 feet. Alright, so let's take it off. So, that's a little discouraging, because from what I can tell, the flywheel key is in good shape, which is a little discouraging. I'm going to have to dive in a little further to this motor. I hope that the spark plug threads are not stripped. Now, I had a hard time getting the spark plug in. I just wanted to make sure the flywheel key was good, because I know that's kind of like the first suspect on these things. So it is good, so I'll put it back on. I was hoping it was going to be an easy fix like that, and I hope I don't have to go in here and retap threads and whatnot for the head on this, but we'll see. I'll keep digging. I'll get all this back on though. So there's nothing wrong with the plug. I just couldn't get it. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get the overhead valve ones back in. But I'm just not sure if this thing doesn't have any spark, if it has a weak spark, or if spark plug just never has been in it all the way. I'm not sure, but I'm going to do this. I'm setting this down because I'm going to pull the choke back on this thing. Try and get as much fluid in there as I can. Okay, let's see if it fires. Might be surprised here. sounds like it kind of wants to try. So I'm going to work on it a little bit more. If I get it running, I'll show y'all. So I think there was some old gas on the spark plug. What I did is I took the spark plug back out. I did it off camera, and I should have put it on camera because y'all probably would have laughed at me. But what I did was I sprayed some carb cleaner on it. Usually what happens is I spray a little bit of carb cleaner on it, and I can test for spark a little bit better that way. And when I first started, it wasn't getting any spark. And when I sprayed the carb cleaner on it, I gave it a good pull, the whole front of the mower lit up, caught on fire. So I've got at least some spark. I was able to put it out really quickly. There's no damage on anything. So I'm gonna see if that helped my cause any here. Check that out. Throwing out black smoke like crazy. Look at that. Self-propel works. Awesome. So it just turned out there was old fuel on the spark plug, guys. That's great. Looks like I have to work on the stop cable a little bit as well. Maybe over time, using it a little bit will help it. But hey, how about that? So I will, it's getting dark tonight, so tomorrow morning I'm gonna get this thing out and run it and run some of the gas that's in it out there and just kind of do an evaluation and stuff on it, check the oil and everything, make sure it's good, change it most likely. So you can see the wheels are pretty worn. This is, I mean, Toro self-propel, probably get $100 for it. With the Kohler engine, probably won't get much more than 100 just because of the condition of it. But hey, that was a pretty easy fix. So we'll tidy up all the other stuff in the morning. So went ahead and finished servicing it here. Cleaned up okay. I still can't figure out 100% what the year is on this thing. I'm starting to lean more towards 2013 because I'm deciphering the well, I don't really know how to decipher Kohler engines, but I've got the number 13 in there. I know that means nothing, but like I said, I'm not completely sure. I think it looks too new to be an 04. I think the deck design changed, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm just not completely sure. Just not completely sure. If somebody wants to send me some insight, that'd be great. Like I said, if it is only a 4-year-old mower, somebody really did it in 4 years for it to look like this. Somebody hit something on the front pretty hard here to do that, but it's not really causing any problems. So I'll crank it up and we'll hear it run, hopefully. Much gas it has in it either, but it is running. I've yet to have a Kohler come through here that I haven't been able to get going, so this is good. Kohler engines over for the most part I'm pretty happy about. Don't really have any gripes with them. Still probably needs to be run a little bit. It sounds like it's running just a little ridge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit overnight, crank it, and run in the morning. See if it runs a little better. Probably just water and stuff. I sometimes have that problem, but good mower overall here. I was surprised at how easy the fix was. I thought it was going to be a spark plug or something along those lines. But I think it just ran out of gas. Pretty sure that it did. Yeah, so we're dry. That's probably the reason why it was running a little bit off. But like I said, I'll end the video here, but just need to do a little, or probably just need to let it run with a decent amount of gas in it. And should be good, because I do want it to run just a little bit better before I sell it. Like I said, I'm going to let it sit overnight and get it out in the morning, make sure that it starts and runs before I list it. Like I said, these Kohler engines for the most part are pretty good. They're not as sensitive to old gas as the Briggs and the Tecumsehs, from my experience, and are pretty reliable from what I can tell. Never really had to dive into one of these, but hey, it's the first one I've got this season, so that's kind of neat. I usually get one or two of these, or one or two Kohler engines in a year. So, got another one running here, got it cleaned up. Like I said, probably just have to put a little bit more gas in it than it had in it, and it'll probably run better than what you have here. But I will end the video here. I've got one, right now I've only got one more to work on, and it's a Troy built self-propel that's in pretty rough shape. So I'll see if I can get that one going. If so, you'll see a video on it here, hopefully pretty soon. But for right now, got another Toro running here, and thank y'all for watching.